Learn the main lines, tactics, and strategies in the Pirc and modern defenses. How can black use the fork trick to reach a good position? Sacrifice a knight temporarily so that you can win it back with... Good move. How can you win back your lost piece? Fork white's bishop and knight in the center. Good move. Keep it up. Capture a piece. Great job. How can you win material? What can you capture to win material? Well played. Black is up a pawn with a good position. How should white punish black's early knight d7? Sacrifice material to draw the black king into danger. Great move. How should you win back the sacrifice material? Find a safe check. King f8 or king e8 would lose the queen to knight e6. Look at your checks. Which one is mate? Well done. What clever move does white often play here to prevent d6 d5? Retreat your bishop, but stay on the a2 g8 diagonal. Good choice. Now white can meet d6 d5. How did Maxime Vachier-Lagrave MVL find a strong outpost for your d1 rook so that if black Great idea. What's next? Recapture and attack the black queen. Nice move. How did MVL win back the sacrifice a knight to decoy the black queen away from the... Well played. Black can't safely recapture on f. White's e5 push was premature. How should black find a good capture? Nice move. How should you take advantage of the newly opened... Trade queens and follow up with a knight fork. Good idea. How should you save your knight? Save your knight and fork two white pawns. Good work. White can defend the f2 pawn. How should white keep a safe space advantage against black? Advance a pawn to avoid a trade on d4. Well played. Black will have a hard time fighting. White has just captured on c5, but black doesn't need... Develop and pin the c3 knight. Great start. White would have been better off capture a pawn and attack the pinned knight. Nice move. How should you save your rook? Find a safe square for your rook. Good work. Black has the much safer king, and black should have played knight b6 instead of d takes e5. Sacrifice to draw out the black king. Good start. How can you keep up the attack? Find a good check. Great job. How should white keep up the attack? Threaten mate on f7. Well played. How should white win back material? Capture material with a fork. Well played. White wins back material with a strong... How should black develop counterplay against white's early d... Aim to trade your knight for a bishop. Good start. How should you target the white center? Trade a bishop's pawn for a center pawn. Well played. White can't maintain the big pawn center and... How did GM Ivan Sarich contest the strong look? Aim to trade off the e5 pawn? Good start. How should you recapture? Recapture and make sure that you don't have an... Good work. Black has good counterplay in this sharp position.